11 people are about to make history, attempting a journey that's never been done before.
Get there, get there, get there, get there.
It's not a case of, let's just try our best. Best isn't good enough here.
Come on!
None of them have expedition experience, but halfway round the world from the UK, they're going to cross Nicaragua from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific Ocean. They'll start on the treacherous Mosquito Coast, escorted by armed soldiers to protect them from bandits and drug traffickers. They'll make their way through impenetrable jungle, crocodile-infested rivers, and climb a live volcano to make it to their finish line, the Pacific Coast.
But they don't stop.
Accompanied by expedition leader Ken Hames, they have 28 days to cross 220 miles, and they are all physically disabled. Addy and Sophie are in wheelchairs. Daryl has spina bifida. Amar is blind.
Keep coming, mate.
And Charlie's deaf.
Right, hold on.
The others are amputees. Toby and Warren have both had their right arms removed. Carl and Glenn are below-knee amputees. Lorraine lost most of her right leg when she was 21. Jane had both of her legs amputated when she was just 1 year old. Individually, they'd never be able to cross such unforgiving terrain. But if they work together, they might just have a chance.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Right there, turn.
The team are leaving Managua, the capital, for the wilds of the Atlantic coast. The only way they can get there is with the Nicaraguan Air Force. Each of them has volunteered for the expedition.
I was talking to some of my friends at work, telling them about this wonderful trip, and they were like, but you don't count. You don't count as one of them, which is sort of the way I've seen myself. I've never really sort of felt disabled.
My disability isn't at the forefront of my mind. I play music, I do drama, I'm an accountant, I head up a team of finance people, and, you know, by the way, I'm blind.
This is probably the biggest challenge I've had in my life, actually. I think I'm the sort of person that's always looking for challenges. You know, I always get a buzz of pushing myself to the edge and taking myself to the limit.
Addy Adepitan contracted polio when he was 2, leaving him with withered leg muscles that can't support his weight.
You know, if you grow up with a disability from such a young age, you don't really know any different.
He's one of Britain's best-known Paralympians, winning bronze in the men's basketball at the Athens Olympics.
This is going to be something that I'm going to love and hate at the same time. It's a beautiful struggle, and that's what it's all about, the beautiful struggle. And I'm going to go out there and struggle beautifully.
Four of the team were disabled by horrific accidents. Carl Sachs lost the lower half of his right leg on the holiday of a lifetime.
I was shark diving out in South Africa and I was chopped by the propellers of a boat. Probably can best describe it as going from clear tropical waters to like lying in a bowl of vegetable soup with all the bits and pieces and crimson water.
Lorraine Pooley was leaving a nightclub after performing in a singing competition.
I'd been hit by a motorbike, 100 mile an hour, and it took my leg off from below knee at the scene, but also smashed my femur in half and ripped all my muscles out and other injuries.
Toby Farrer was helping to move a scaffolding tower that hit live power cables.
And the power cables were carrying 33,000 volts, and of course it went straight through us. And we were stuck on it because it causes your muscles to contract. So we were stuck on the scaffolding. And the next thing I actually remember was being in hospital where I had my arm amputated.
Sophie Morgan is the youngest member of the expedition. She's 19 years old. When she was 17, she crashed her car driving friends home from a party. She was left a paraplegic with no feeling from the chest down.
I don't know what happened. I just lost control of the car, really. I was just driving really fast and arguing about music and fighting and being silly, and just lost control of the car. It just rolled and flipped, and the car ended up on its side, and all the guys got out of the car and I think tried to get me out, I don't know, but my face was pretty crushed under the car, and I had broken my nose, I'd broken my cheekbone, fractured my skull, my eye had come out of its sort of socket or something, I'm not really sure, couldn't see, and I'd broken my back.
Waiting for the team's arrival on the Atlantic coast is Ken Hames, a former major in the SAS and expedition leader. He'll be operating at a watchful distance to make sure the team stay out of harm's way.
The 11 people with disabilities are going to face some tough challenges. It is a proper expedition. There's nothing contrived here. It'll be the hardest thing they've ever done in their life. And this is going to be one test of teamwork. They've got to turn themselves into a high-performance team as quickly as possible. This has been one of the most difficult routes I've ever had to define. The maps aren't good, the information's very sparse. I've had to use all my experience as an expedition leader to gather enough information to make this happen. And we just got to take it bit by bit, step by step, day by day.
The Air Force have delivered the team with everything they'll need for the month-long journey, including Addie and Sophie's jungle chairs, custom built for the expedition. Designed to take on extreme terrain, the jungle chairs have a low centre of gravity and bigger front wheels to keep them stable in severe conditions.
My pleasure.
Just like Formula One cars, the frames were built around Addie's and Sophie's exact body measurements.
That's the way to do it. Let's go, Addie!
As Addie tests the jungle chair, Sophie struggles in her normal chair.
Go on, Sophie.
Shut up.
You'd be all right out here, won't you?
Oh, fuck. Oh, my head. Oh,
fuck. Watch your head.
The team have arrived at the Atlantic coast. Isolated from the rest of the country by surrounding jungle, this part of Nicaragua feels distinctly Caribbean. The locals have never seen a group like this before and help them to the start line of their journey.
I think the mental preparation you have is just to stay strong, to try and be a useful member of the team. I think we just all want to get out there and start making our way to the other side. That's what we're here to do.
From the high tide mark of the Atlantic Ocean, they face a 220-mile journey into the unknown. They won't all make it, but they'll all test the limits of their disability like never before.
I am thinking about the people in the wheelchair because you have the land like that, up and down, but I hope they make it, and I hope everything goes good. May God be with you all. May God go before you. May God send His angel to guide you all.
From the Atlantic coast, they have to thread through shallow lagoon waters to reach the edge of the mosquito jungle. From here, they face a 10-mile trek into dense rainforest to the nearest settlement, Pueblo Nuevo. Only one team member has been in this extreme jungle environment before. Warren served with the British Army, stationed in Belize.
I know it's going to be hard, very hard. I've done jungle training, I've done jungle warfare. It's going to be harder than when I did it as a soldier because we're going to have wheelchairs and we're going to have blind people and I'm going to have one hand. I didn't have one hand when I went. So it's going to be very, very difficult.
8 years ago, Warren noticed a small growth on the back of his right hand. It was diagnosed as being a rare and aggressive cancer that had to be surgically removed immediately.
They said we'll take 2 of your fingers, but it might be more than that, so prepare for the worst. So it was a shock when I woke up. The first thing I said was, what have they done to it? And the nurse said, the worst.
Since then, Warren has had 15 further operations to remove sections of his arm. Each time the cancer has been cut out, it's grown back. Forced to leave the army, he's become a house dad, caring for his 2-year-old daughter.
It will be difficult leaving Bethany. It might break me. Because before she came along, I was willowing away. She's given me a new lease of life, and I've moved on from there, and I'm in a different stage in my life where I want to do everything, and she means the world to me, Bethany. Yeah. It means everything to me.
Warren was given 15 years to live when he was diagnosed with cancer 8 years ago.
All right.
The team arrive at the edge of the mosquito jungle. From here on, there are no shops, no roads, no easy way out. This is their first chance to assess each other's very different disabilities. They'll need to learn quickly how best to help each other.
I won't be taking on much physical stuff because basically I have limited movement from the knees down in both my legs, hence why I use crutches to get around over long distances. I can probably walk unaided for about, well, no more than about 50 metres, and then my my back will ache or I'll wobble and I'll fall over. I'm just unstable on my feet, really.
I'm conscious of not being able to do very much and making people do a lot for me. It's a bit frustrating for me, and I don't want them to do it.
I know how annoyed I get if someone can see me slightly struggling. If they try and take over, I will want to hit them. And I know that that's exactly how anyone else is feeling. No one here wants to feel like a cripple. We may all be, but we don't want to feel like them. We really want to do this on our own, to prove to ourselves, if no one else, that we can do all of this.
The team have a short distance to reach camp. It's their first test.
Oh, shit at the back front. I'm really... The bag broke.
And for Charlie, who's profoundly deaf, it's already a problem. He lip reads and can't hear or see if the others are shouting back directions.
It's all right, I'm only back here.
Yeah, I'm worried, I'm concerned. Bringing anybody into this environment is putting them in danger. It's as simple as that.
We've got to put ourselves in the right order. A chair at the back and a chair at the front.
If we put them one at the front and one at the back, and there's going to be no communication.
I think we just need to slow the whole system down and get an order.
Great, I think we just went off.
As the team work out the best way to move the chairs in the jungle, Charlie's struggling to lip read and can't follow the conversation.
We'll be absolutely fine.
But Charlie's not fine.
I'm missing a lot of information. I'm really not feeling good at all. If you really want to know anything, I'm really not feeling good. You're all happy and everything, but I'm not feeling very good at all. Everybody's talking. Nobody comes to me and tells me anything. We got here, I had to, the rain, it's like the rain's being my interpreter. Always has to tell me everything. Yeah. I'm trying my best to come into the front, and I do look at everybody. It seems like I'm making too much of that, and I'm tired myself. I'm trying to bond with everybody, and nobody is telling me jack shit. And it's making me feel really upset. And I don't get like that. I've never been in this choir, and I'm really upset.
Charlie Fennell is 31 and lives alone in Maidenhead.
I was born deaf, diagnosed at 3.5, and didn't get my hearing aid, my first hearing aid, until I was 4. So all that time I missed out of hearing and speaking. If they didn't catch me at the age of 4, I'd probably now be stone deaf, wearing no hearing aid, and probably be actually dumb.
As a child, he worked hard to overcome deafness, attending speech therapy classes for 6 years to become an expert lip reader.
Just because I've got a disability, it does not define me. What defines me is Charlie, and who is Charlie. I am what you see, I am what I am. Yes, I'm camp at Christmas, but I'm very determined.
Charlie is one of the most physically able on the team. His brute strength could hold the key to their success.
I'm determined to show people, you know, just because you're deaf, black, gay, whatever, you know what I mean? You can't do it. I'm just a determined person. I have that tiger in me.
As their first night in camp closes in, most of the team are in a hurry to set up hammocks before it gets dark. The darkness itself holds no fear for Amar, who's totally blind.
The condition I've got is called retinitis pigmentosa. When I was 4, the doctors basically said by the time I reach 12, 13, 14, my sight would start to deteriorate. The actual eyeballs are fine, so to look at me, you'd think, wow, he looks all right. Is he lying? But it's the retina at the back which degenerates.
To visualize the world around him, Amar depends on his childhood memory.
If someone says green grass, I know what they mean. If someone says, oh, nice blonde chick, I can sort of vaguely understand what they mean as well.
The team will sleep in hammocks to keep off the ground.
Absolute perfection.
There's lots of snakes out there. This is Snake City. These two were just found, you know, in the camp, you know, literally half an hour ago.
Fleur-de-lance snakes are lethal. Their poison can kill within hours.
You know, just seeing those snakes and stuff, because if you look down at the floor, I see like loads of ants and spiders and lots of creepy crawly things that when we first got here I didn't notice, but now all I can see is them crawling all over the place.
Fuck! There's one on my boot. Get off, you bastard! Oh shit, there's one up my leg as well. Why did it get me? I got sunburnt, bitten by a fucking ant. I'm taking my fucking pants down, mate. It's bit me. Ah, you twat. Oh, you fucker. Shit, there's another one on my boot. They're everywhere, mate.
But Warren's day in the jungle is about to get far, far worse. He's found a lump on his arm and has asked to see the doctor.
See you.
Okay. So, you found this earlier on today?
Yeah.
Okay. And
it's quite big, I believe.
Just straighten your arm. And back down.
You can move it about with your fingers.
What's the longest it's ever been left?
3 weeks at most.
3 weeks.
Yeah, because I always get an emergency appointment to have an operation.
Would you mind me getting in touch with your doctor?
Yeah.
I can get in touch with him. Okay, we've got communications. I'm going to ask the bloke who's your doctor and the expert what he thinks.
Right.
Okay.
Oh. Cheers. Yeah. I was just rubbing my arm and I could feel it through my shirt and I couldn't believe it. It's devastating news really, because it's a very, very severe cancer and it eats your bones. I think it's going to be bad. I'll try my best. I'll do my hardest, and I think people will know that because of me being an ex-soldier. They'll know I'll give 110%, and I'd hate to fail. I hate to fail, so we will do it. We will complete it. Basically, I found a lump in my arm. We've passed operations. They've been cancerous. So, I might have to go.
Oh no.
It's 80% chance that he'll say go. Cheers, guys. I'll just go and have a couple of minutes with myself, all right? Cheers.
That was quite devastating, actually. After hearing him speaking and saying things like that, I just felt, God, there was you crying about your emotions and there's him crying about something more serious. And I thought, you know what, life is too short. You know, forget what's happening to you, think about others. And I did.
A re-inspired Charlie has decided to be helpful and put up some night lighting.
Excellent. Believe it or not, this thing here, right, where I'm shining my light on, is actually the toilet. And because we're here on our own, we don't know where the toilets are. So, we're going to have to light it up just to let people know, be aware where the toilet is.
This is going to be one crazy night.
I don't know if that's good enough. I do not look like this when I'm at home. I do not live like this.
You can hear the sounds and the smell. It's there. We're in the jungle, man. It's official.
Yeah, it's a bit of a palaver tonight. We're all getting used to it. Coordinating what you need in the hammock and what you don't.
What are you wearing?
What am I wearing? I'm bloody not at the moment.
Okay. You keep an eye on, right, just so that no mozzies go in.
Okay. Make it quick then, dude.
Oh, bloody hell, this is so awful.
I'm enjoying it. Apart from today, getting bitten and then freaking finding a lump on my arm, it's all been a bit of an emotional roller coaster today.
Oh my God.
I mean, where was your back?
Oh, that was such a rough night.
Day 2. An anxious atmosphere has descended overnight. Warren's medical situation threatens the success of the entire expedition. They can't go on till he gets advice from his specialist doctor in the UK via satellite phone.
My name's Dr. Mukul Agarwal. I'm a expedition doctor. I'm ringing from Nicaragua on an emergency phone, and it's about one of Mr. Howcroft's patients he sees regularly. He'd found a lump on the end of his amputated arm, similar to the ones he's had before.
Minutes later, Dr. Mukul has the specialist's advice.
Good news.
Oh, right.
Really good news.
Right.
Chat to Mr. Howcroft this morning on the phone, and he said that he's happy to hold on for 4 weeks, and he will see you in his clinic the week you come back, and he'll be expecting to see you.
Right.
So as soon as you get back, you give him a ring.
Yeah, okay.
Are you happy sticking with that?
Yeah, it's just preying on my mind a lot, so I don't at the moment, I'm not for staying at the moment.
It's your decision.
Yeah.
The team here need you. You've got the experience.
Yeah. I think the life expectancy is like 15 years once it kicks in again.
Okay.
So, and like I'm into my 8th year now, and you know what I mean. And I don't know. I'm a bit.
I chatted
I don't know.
in the situation about you.
Warren is now forced to make an immediate decision: stay or go. He's a pivotal team member. Without him, they may not make it.
Stick now. Yeah, I got to speak to you all. As you know, I'm suffering with this cancer that I've got, so I've actually decided to go. I went through so many different emotions today. I've tried to put on a brave face, but I'm very disappointed. Obviously, I wanted to do it. I had another bite of the cherry. I got my army career cut short because of this, and I had a chance to do something that I love doing, and that's been cut short as well. I have to go because obviously it's my health and it's my family, you know what I mean? That I've got to look after number one. All right, so I hope you understand.
I'm looking forward to getting this lump out my arm, that's for sure, and to get me reassurance from my wife. My wife's been with me all the way through, me losing my hand, and yeah, love her to bits.
The group want to prepare a last meal for Warren. Carl and Charlie head off to get supplies and meet up with a local guide.
Good morning. Good morning. You Berman?
Yes, I'm Berman. Yeah, what's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie.
And Carl.
Okay, nice
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Luckily, a local family have some chickens for sale, and they're organic.
I think it should be a celebration in one respect, because Warren's been with us for a short time, and he's unfortunately got to make his departure. But we should just have this evening together with him, and what better than some chicken?
Yes, Colonel and Saunders, surprisingly enough.
Is it alive?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you holding them?
Yeah. Just feel.
Let me see.
Seriously.
Oh wow! Is this its head?
You've got to wring its neck, haven't you?
Just a point of etiquette. If you're going to dispatch an animal, you do it efficiently, quickly. So there's no cruelty.
Trust me, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. I can't do this. Sorry, but people can do it.
You can wring its neck.
I know, but I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it?
No, I just simply don't want to do it. You know, it's just something I don't want to do, and if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it.
Fine, you don't have to, mate. We're just going to decide who else is going to do it, so you don't have to do it. Don't worry.
Sophie volunteers and seizes the chance to help out after feeling she's contributed nothing all day.
Yeah. Don't hesitate.
I don't know if it's off.
It's off. It's done it. It's done it. It's done it. Believe me, it's
okay,
dead.
watch your head.
No, it's gone.
Is it off?
It's gone.
Do you want me to cut it off?
It's
All right.
gone.
Sophie lives with her parents in Lewes, East Sussex, in a house that's been converted to make her life as independent as possible.
I mean, I still do live how I want to live, exactly how I want to live. But there's a million billion things that no one even understands I can't do. You know, it's just, there's more sadness and loss and grief and just unfairness in my life than is right. You know, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
This is the first time since she was paralysed that Sophie's been out of her comfort zone. And by the end of day 2, she's starting to feel more like a burden than part of a team.
Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for Sophie. It's really important to make sure that the whole team feel included. That's going to be my objective. I want to basically ensure that everybody in the team gets involved. We've got to basically empower people and enable people to do stuff.
I don't know if people look at me and think I'm useless, but I don't know if they really understand that I have no balance, I have no feeling, I have no movement in my whole body. All I have is my boobs and my arms and my head. I want people to understand exactly what is wrong with me. I don't mind people knowing about the problems with how I have to go to the loo, that I have to use a catheter to pee and I have to put a fucking finger up my ass to get to go to the loo. But I want people to know. I do want people to know how hard my life is and how hard it has become since my accident. It becomes a bit overwhelming, I suppose. It's only been a year and it's really, really hard. There's some things that still I find really, really painful and difficult to deal with. And I really, really fucking hope that we're inspiring a bunch of people to do a lot more with themselves, because half of the world are a waste of space.
Day 3. The team are troubled. Can they make it without Warren? His departure will upset the balance of the whole group. The physical ordeal may be too much for the rest of them.
It's now 7 o'clock. Okay, you've only got half an hour before we go.
Can I just say, have a good journey.
Sorry you can't come with us. Really am. Take care, man. Good luck. Good luck.
I'll start this end, man.
Peace be with you, my sir.
Warren returned home. Within 48 hours, the lump in his arm had been successfully removed. Now a day behind, the team move into the heart of the jungle. Passing through uncharted terrain, they aim to cover 2.5 miles a day and rendezvous with supply boats at Pueblo Nuevo. If they don't make it, they can't complete the expedition. This wild jungle is home to bandits. With 25 mules loaded with the team's equipment, they're escorted by 5 soldiers from the Nicaraguan army.
Yep. Wheelie.
So far, so good. Trust me. I haven't found any snakes. I'm the leader, so don't worry about me. I get bitten.
3 hours later, and progress is slow.
We're just coming to a bit of a clearing. You can see the sun coming through to the left.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an overhang, so you want to step... Yep, that's it.
Right. The wheelchairs are using a lot more energy than anyone bargained for. And after relatively easy ground, the team face their first real obstacle.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's it.
Shit. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Heavy rain has caused a mudslide down the next ravine. First to assess the route is Charlie. With a 60-foot climb to the top, up muddy and loose ground, the enormity of the task is all too clear.
Well, I reckon someone should support the people in the chair and get them up the hill. If someone supports you, we just take you straight up there, the quickest route.
What about we put a belay on that first stump,
Yeah.
bring it up to there, then unclip from that belay and go straight up to that tall tree there?
Yeah, I might stretch your arm out. It's going to work. It's a rope.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do I get across?
Okay, you just can keep walking across. It's only like, at max, about 3 inches deep. So you're just walking on the pebble.
Okay, that's cool.
Those who can head straight to the top unassisted to work with the ropes. The others struggle, including Amar.
Okay, now stop. You're going to 10 o'clock.
You've either gonna
And gradually bear round to a 9.
Can you hear me, Emma? Keep coming out. You've got a big stump on your left hand there. Keep coming.
At the bottom of the ravine, the rest of the team try to get Addie and Sophie across the creek using ropes as pulleys. It's a steep learning curve. The chairs haven't taken on a drop like this before.
You okay? I've got this.
Although built low to the ground, the chairs need constant support from 3 team members to keep them safe. And the rope pulley system can't be relied on to haul the chairs up. With the team's roles falling into place, it's up to the strongest to heave Addie and Sophie to the top.
More, bit more.
Toby, for steady slope, over there and up.
Yeah, this is better. It's a good route. We're pretty well going to have to drag them bodily up this hill.
This is really hard, and our teamwork is really important now. I mean, as you can see, it's quite immense. It's something that's pretty difficult to get a chair across.
Okay, hold everyone. Just take a step to your left.
right behind you. And I'll time it.
Ready? Ready. Go. Yep. Right. Let's go.
To move over this terrain, each member of the team has to push with everything they've got. But in 40 degrees of heat, not everybody's up for it.
It's been a tough first half of the leg. Don't you think, Charlie, it's been hard?
This is the first time that Charlie's helped push the wheelchairs, and he's not happy.
Too flipping hard, don't care what anybody wants to say. It's hard flipping work. I don't think this is going to be possible the whole journey. No way. It's not good on my health. Not, I mean, Carl, not good. It ain't good.
By late afternoon, the team have only covered half a mile. By this stage, they should have crossed 2. If they don't move faster, they won't reach the supply boats. They have no choice but to keep going, and Jane is starting to feel the strain.
Yeah, I can't take my weight on that knee. I just can't take it.
Do you want to lift your leg over and then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No. Okay, I'm kneeling on it.
You ready?
Yeah. 1,
2, 3.
Yeah. Shit! Ow! I know. I felt that coming. Yeah.
You got it. You got your grip. Okay, let me lift you up.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Steady.
Yeah.
Take a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, you go across the road. I have Jamie. Mind if I can?
Jane is 25 and a junior doctor. She's been walking on prosthetic legs since she was 2.
Well, I was born with congenital abnormalities affecting my arms and my legs mainly. They basically think I'm a syndrome that spontaneously happened, but it's not like a syndrome they've ever identified or named, so in my book it's Jane's disease.
It was apparent from an early age that Jane's condition would affect her mobility.
My feet were splayed out at an angle so you wouldn't walk squarely on them. I also had 7 toes, which was quite entertaining. So when I was about a year old, the surgeons basically told my family I could either go through a whole childhood of operations, or I could have amputations done and dusted and get on with life. So when I was 13 months old, that's the decision my parents took, and a very brave decision I think it was.
I'm just down now. Yes.
With 3 hours of daylight left, the jungle chairs are already giving out.
We both got a puncture in the same place, so...
You definitely didn't have it before, you'd have known, wouldn't you?
No, I knew. I felt it as I was going up, because every time I push on the tyres.
Right, so it's definitely that.
Not only have the tyres punctured, the wheels have buckled. They're forced to turn back to the camp at the bottom of the hill. The whole afternoon has been lost.
Just one of the mistakes that happen on expeditions. We just got to deal with it. It means we're behind time. We got to make it up somehow.
As they return to the clearing, Jane staggers behind.
It was all quite a whirlwind coming along on this. It just seemed such an opportunity. I never really thought of what it would actually be. Because my physical state doesn't slow me up back home, I thought I'd be able to manage this fine. But during the day, it's just been physically really quite hard.
Under serious time pressure, Addie and Glenn work through the night, repairing the wheelchair so they can stay on schedule.
Oh,
it's
protect your eyes.
Is that athlete's fit?
On the floor.
Day 4, and there are warning signs that some might not make it. One of the youngest and strongest, Glenn, has asked to see the doctor.
two options are either put it on the inside of the...
The hard edges of his prosthetic leg have cut into the back of his knee, making it very painful to walk.
It's annoying when you have a pain all day, it just wears you down. It's just more of a, I suppose, a bit of a stabbing pain, you know, and a rubbing pain, just because it hurts a bit. It doesn't stop me, as long as it doesn't get to the point where it knackers my knee or something, you know.
The worst case scenario is not just that the wound will get worse. The worst case scenario is the wound gets worse to the state where it swells, he can't get his leg on. So then we've potentially got the situation of one of our biggest and strongest having a much higher level of disability, perhaps hopping around or having to move with a crutch. And that would have a major impact on the team.
Glenn lost his lower leg in a high-speed motorcycle accident. He was racing in the British Superbikes when he lost control.
I was going down the back straight, hitting probably 150, 160 miles an hour. Two guys behind me as we're filing off down the back straight. I had the misfortune of my bike cutting out, and the guy directly behind me just didn't have time to see me and move, and unfortunately smashed through the bottom half of my leg.
His leg was so badly damaged, it was amputated straight away. It took 15 further operations before his stump could tolerate wearing a prosthetic leg.
You take for granted what you can do, and you tend to just, you know, muddle along. Whereas now, obviously, I've got something to prove to myself, you know, because I know that I'm not, you know, as I used to be. But I'm really out to try and prove to myself more than anyone else that's, you know, that there's nothing that I can't do. It's just going to take a bit of pain and a bit more time or something, you know.
Glenn's avoided walking long distances on his prosthetic leg. He's had to look after himself, otherwise the pain he's suffering could lead to permanent damage.
I'm helping you out here, guys.
The team move quickly, covering half a mile per hour.
We're picking up the pace on the flat stuff. I think the problem is people are still trying to pick up the pace on stuff like getting up the hill.
Got him. Okay, keep pulling, guys.
So people are rushing in, and that's when people get a bit sort of like, no, do like that, do like that.
There. No, forget that one. You're on one with
right,
me.
left slightly. No, I'm straddling the plank now. That's it. You're on it.
Carl, one thing when you're describing things to me, just describe to me what I'm aiming for.
I couldn't see what you were aiming for. It's gone. It's under the water. There was nothing.
Well, which direction did you want me to go?
I said hold. That's why I said hold my hand. Pull forward like that.
The relentless speed has left Jane lagging behind. Walking on two prosthetic legs means she's working 100% harder than an able-bodied person.
Steady.
Desperate to make up for her slow pace, she asks Daryl if she can help with the ropes on the next hill.
Guys, I was just thinking while they're coming, I still need to help.
Jane, you know, sometimes we can't do everything. Not everybody can do everything.
Which is what I'm saying, can I help coordinate? That's all I'm saying, Daryl.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Jane, but I'm also trying to explain to you that we've worked out a system. But there's some roles in the camp that I don't do, and I don't feel that I need to do, so it's okay.
So what role am I left with on the day? On the walking bit? None.
I think that's just a personality clash between me and Daryl, to be honest. He doesn't like doctors much. And I don't know if it's that or if it's just me, but I just don't think we got on particularly well.
Whoa!
The fast pace is also having an effect on the more able-bodied team members.
Yeah, it's all pretty knackering.
Yeah, I know it's knackering for everybody, but I don't feel well, do you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, I've lost my boys, I'm feeling exhausted and anything like that. I'm not eating very well, basically because I don't like the food.
Well, none of us like the food, Charlie. We all have to eat it.
I know, but I don't want to eat it.
Well, then you're unwell because you're not eating. Do you know what I mean? It's a catch-22. You have to eat, otherwise you're going to get unwell.
For an already miserable Charlie, things are about to get much worse.
I've just fallen through. I've just fallen fucking through. Look at that. It's a shock to the system. And probably this is why I'm breaking down. I have my highs and lows, but normally I'm on my high. But lately, since I've been, I'm on my low. And I would say I'm on my low because I'm feeling poorly.
Glenn refuses to give in to his chronic pain. Unlike Charlie, he's constantly helping those who need it most.
the pain sort of, I've got used to it now, so it's just a case of carrying on. I think the more I can carry on without stopping, the better I'll be. Every time I stop, it gets, it gives it a chance to get some feeling back in it.
But Charlie's feeling the pinch more than anyone.
I'm not feeling very well.
Okay, all right.
I'm feeling really, really sick.
Okay.
But I don't want to let these guys down.
You're not letting them down. You're doing the right thing by letting me know.
The team are getting frustrated with Charlie making unscheduled stops after they've been pushing hard to keep on time.
Let it go, go on.
Now, I was close today. There were moments when I was close to getting a bit pissed off.
Tensions haven't got to where they could do yet. We get all a little bit narky, especially when we get tired.
I was that close. I was a mosquitoes, funny bits close to exploding today.
The final mile to the team's campsite is across some of the toughest terrain yet. This is the most dangerous time of day. The finish line's in sight, but their bodies are shattered and their judgment is clouded by fatigue.
Okay, we're up.
Oh, man. That was hard. Yeah, okay, let's move forward.
As the team finally break out of the jungle, they confront one last major headache.
I mean, I'll get out of the chair and go on my ass.
Yeah, that's easy.
The campsite is just the other side of the ravine. Addy doesn't want to put the team through any more hard graft.
Forget all of that.
A little bit more there.
No, man, I've had enough. I'm going down. Yes, I can see civilization, and I'm not fucking waiting. I'm not waiting.
I've been in tough situations before. I've been in situations where your back is up against the wall, and I've realised that it's not so much about being angry; it's about having controlled anger, and that's what I'm trying to keep it all in check.
I'll be all right. Cole should be there.
Yeah? It's very slippy.
I'm holding you.
Okay.
Back.
That was just the worst terrain. It was just boggy mud, then a big log to get over, then more boggy mud, then a load of things to get over, then more boggy mud, and then uphill, downhill, and it just saps your strength. It's like walking through treacle.
Ah!
You all right, mate?
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
They've made it this far, but all their efforts will count for nothing unless they rendezvous with the boatmen tomorrow. The biggest problem for the team hasn't been the terrain, it's been the unnecessary stops. Tomorrow they have to meet a deadline, and Carl wants to know if Charlie's up for it.
If we can just get ourselves organised and make an extra, effort in the morning, extra push, we've just got to give it everything and, try and meet that deadline.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work, and I mean, I'm just a bit worried, I've working all day.
Yeah.
I'm getting up early as well. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna have an effect.
Oh, you're
later on,
right.
you know what I mean? We can't keep on doing this. We can't keep working. Getting up early. It's gonna be too hard.
Charlie,
it's gonna be damaged.
Since they set out 3 days ago, they've only come 5.5 miles. With only 1 day left, they must now cover 4.5 miles to reach Pueblo Nuevo and the supply boats to take them upriver. Day 5, and they're off to a slow start.
Yeah, come on, chop. We've got to go. This should all been sorted out last night and been ready for this morning.
The team are exhausted from yesterday's struggle. To make matters worse, Glenn's woken to find his leg red raw and inflamed.
I put a little plaster under that as well, just to try and, because it was really sort of pussing out and stuff this morning.
With Glenn at risk of infection, it's down to Charlie to push Sophie's chair across a tree graveyard. treacherous fallen timber is quick to claim a victim.
Twisted my knee, mate. I just fucking had to stumble just then. I'm totally wanking it.
Falling behind, Glenn pushes himself to catch up, each step cutting deeper into his already weeping skin.
Some of them are getting pretty sore, and it's going to have to be all hands to the pump today to get them through it and get them to the Wawashang River, where at least we can do a bit of recovery. But we've got at least 5 or 6 k's to go from here, so it's going to be a hell of a day.
The wheelchairs dominate the team's efforts. It takes one person at the front and 2 at the back to assist Addy and Sophie through the deep mud.
The 3 go. Oh, go down, back. This terrain is just energy sapping. I've never seen anything like it.
That's good, that's good.
It is unreal. It's unreal, and then you add a bit more to it. And, do you know what I mean?
As the ground swallows up the team's best efforts, they're starting to fear they may not make it.
Well, we went through it all day yesterday, but
no, we need.
I'm just thinking this is getting really slow now.
Yeah.
I'm not being fucking silly.
I said it's just not realistic, you know, in wheelchairs. It's not a case of, let's just try our best. Best isn't good enough here.
Don't
it's just
defeat though, don't have that.
No, we're not
it's
defeating, we're not defeating, we're being sensible.
I'm just saying don't have that attitude. It's like sitting there and saying I can't do it.
No, what we're saying is
we're being
there
realistic.
might well be a better way. We might just be being bloody minded trying to keep going like this.
There is no other way. They're in the middle of nowhere, and they have to reach Pueblo Nuevo by nightfall. But Charlie has reached breaking point.
No, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny. You know what I mean? It's just not funny. It's not bloody easy. Don't forget, you know what I mean? We have to cater for the wheelchairs, push them. We're like husky dogs. And a husky dog, number 1.
I know.
But I don't want you pushing me more than I want to be fucking pushed. So I have no choice in it. It's got to get pushed, otherwise you can leave me behind.
2.6 k left. Let's go. Hey, ready? Let's go.
After 8 hours, they still have 2 miles left to go.
Come on, let's sprint it.
Toby, Addy and Carl lead from the front. Sophie and Amar struggle to keep up. They need Charlie to use all his strength, but he's leaving Amar to do most of the work.
Charlie, big push on the side.
I'm pushing.
Yeah, no, I know, just a big one now.
You're going to kill yourself, Amar.
Well, help him, Charlie, push with him. You're doing a fucking good job, Amar.
Sophie's comment is the last straw for Charlie.
I'm trying to push as much as I can, and I can't do it. I can walk, but I can't do the pushing and shoving. That's the problem.
Has anyone told you to push?
Yes.
Who?
Sophie.
I did not.
You have to push harder, Sophie.
Only on one bit to push harder to help Amar. Fuck's sake, man. Charlie,
No, come on.
There was one bit where Amar was killing himself.
You may be right in what you're saying, but you've also got to think about what's going to help everything actually get better.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but that's just
I know,
not on,
I know,
Charlie.
but what you're-
I was just asking you to push this for that one bit. Go for it. I wasn't having a shot at you. All I was saying is...
Well, you said it in a horrible tone to me, Sophie.
Oh, my fucking God, Charlie. Come on. I said push it
in
a
a
bit.
horrible tone.
Hold it, Sophie, for a minute.
It's pathetic. Just then Amar was pushing with so much, like, he was working his arse off and Charlie was, like, holding on the side. And then as soon as I just said, I wasn't saying, Charlie, come on, I was just saying, everyone, let's go, push. And he says he has a brat attack.
No, I said it done something, but I didn't quite like, you know, you were asking Amar if he was all right, and
yeah, because he was killing
and I was
himself.
behind pushing you, and you
No,
know,
you weren't.
downward to me, Sophie.
No, you weren't. Charlie.
Sophie, Sophie, I was behind you, pushing you, and you didn't even ask me once. Don't tell
No,
me.
you're not even sweating a little bit.
So what, just because I'm not sweating much, I'm not working hard. Now that to me is being really bitchy.
Charlie, for fuck's sake, you're so over the
That's
fucking
being
top.
really bitchy.
Come on, man, you are starting this. You're so over the top. Oh.
It's just that it's hot, guys.
Sophie, believe it or not, you might not realise I was flipping doing it, okay? I was doing it.
Sorry.
I find myself thinking you're a waste of a space here, because some of these people are so fucking amazing and he's so fucking able What's wrong with him? He can't hear. Okay, I'm not taking that away. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible disability. But Amar can't see, and look how hard he works. You know, he works so hard, and Charlie, he doesn't pull his weight, and look at him. He's a fit young guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him.
Do you know what? I'm not here to make enemies. You get what I'm saying? I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Because I can do this, get back home. If I live to get back home, I hope and I pray to God I do. Okay, because I don't feel I'm going to live to get back home. I really don't think so. Maybe I know you might think I'm being melodramatic and over-exaggerating, but nobody knows how I feel. And I've been saying this for days and days and days, and it seems like it's gone on 1 year and coming out together.
Shortly afterwards, Charlie announces he's quitting.
You realise it's going to be even worse to go home because whichever way you go, you've got to get out of this, haven't you? There's no easy. We can't just be.
You can't just get a lift.
So
not just.
No, I know.
So you might as well stick with it.
I know that. Don't get me wrong, but I was going to tell the management tonight when they camp anyway.
Please, Charlie.
Well, then, if I was you, if you've said yourself you're feeling confused, I'd just hold on to that thought, and then when we get to camp tonight, we just sit down and have a chat. Because right now, in this heat, in the jungle, with all this mud, we can't do it.
No,
we just can't do
I'll
it.
walk on, but don't worry.
No, we do worry. Yeah, we do worry.
Charlie seems to be on the brink of, pulling the old ripcord and. But no, I think I think a lot of it's emotion. It's an emotional thing going through this jungle. It really is.
After 12 hours of unrelenting strain through the heat and mud, they finally make it to the river.
I don't think I've ever done anything so punishingly difficult in my life. Every single step, you're just... Oh, it's quite unbelievable. It really is.
I do have a sense of achievement, but it's kind of like short-lived almost, because I think, my God, it's we've got 25 days left or something.
They've covered the first 10 miles, but relief is overshadowed by one issue still to be resolved: Charlie.
I mean, nobody wants him to go home. Nobody wants anyone to go home. We all want to make it together. But it is going to get frustrating because it's not the first time he's said it. Until he's made a decision, and we're here to support and chat to people and stuff, but don't keep declaring you're going to leave at the drop of a hat.
The team need to know if Charlie's committed. If he stays on in his present mood, they stand a better chance without him.
I mean, I need some sort of guarantee from you. Are you going to stay? Are you going to go?
Yeah, I think he could do much more physically that he's not doing at the moment, but I don't know whether that's, emotionally he's not there.
I want you to stay. I want you to be part of this, because I think it's so important that you are.
Okay. I'll give you my guarantee now, then.
Okay.
I won't go.
Okay.
I'll stay to the end.
Well, thanks, mate.
I'll probably be
That's
stick
good.
on,
That's
I'll
good.
probably be stick on the way, but I'll stay to the end.
We can cope with that.
Can you cope with that?
We can cope with that.
I'm just worried I might just be a little bit sick, but I won't go. As long as you know that, Ken.
Next time, the team head upriver to a medical emergency.
So I don't want to give up.
He's got a huge raw area, and it hurts in every single step he takes.
And they hit the toughest trail yet.
It's hard to watch somebody go through pain.
With 200 miles still left to go, bodies start breaking and tempers explode.
I'd rather be all that than have to live around me.
How can you say that to me?
You can't
I don't want to have a fucking... How dare you fucking say that to me?
Don't tell me shit.
I don't want to have a fucking slave.
Shit.